Welcome to the Super Expander podcast. My name is Corrine Phelps, your host. I'm a business and growth coach, money mindset expert, and a multi-passionate entrepreneur. My journey has taken me all over, from working in finance to owning a boutique fitness studio. I found myself burnt out, miserable, and questioning everything. Saying things to myself like, there's got to be more to life than this. Refusing to settle for a mediocre existence, I went all in, learning how to harness untapped potential and rewire the subconscious mind to create an extraordinary life. The last 10 years have been a crash course in self-love, building a business, creating community, building wealth, and doing what it takes to just freaking go for it. My mission is to help you align to your purpose, rewire your subconscious to support your big dreams and vision, and create a life that you're absolutely obsessed with. So sit back, tune in, and prepare to expand. Hello, gorgeous, and welcome back to the Super Expander podcast. I hope that wherever you are listening to this, that you are ready to talk about all things nervous system and how working with your nervous system can start to shift and change your anxiety. In fact, we're going to talk about 3 ways to calm anxiety by working with your nervous system. So one of the top things that I get asked all of the time is about anxiety and how it is that we can work with the nervous system in order to move through anxiety. So many of my clients actually come to me with debilitating, crippling anxiety that they have tried to move through and really haven't found a sustainable solution to help them show up and really perform at the top of their game, at the top level that they desire to be able to perform at, and not be blocked and impacted by anxiety. And we're going to talk a little bit today about why we experience anxiety, what does it mean, and really what the top 3 ways that you can start to implement in order to calm it instantly. But before we dive in, I wanted to let you know something that I am currently offering, and it is a free consultation call to map where you are in your nervous system and provide some viable solutions in order for you to start to regulate them. So this is perfect for you if you're experiencing any sense of overwhelm, any underlying anxiety. You often feel irritable or easily frustrated. Signs of chronic stress are really creeping in. Things like sleep problems, hypersensitivity to smells, and you're triggered easily. Pain, mystery pain in your body, tension, that sort of things are all signs that you are experiencing some sort of dysregulation in your nervous system. So I'm going to drop it down into the show notes where you can hop on a free consultation call with me, and we together will map your nervous system and map out solutions so that you can start to feel more calm and regulated in your nervous system so that you can start performing at the top of your game. So the other day, I was actually speaking with a client of mine who is a sales coach, and we were talking about anxiety. And if you have anxiety, I'm sure that you have gotten many suggestions, tricks, and practices to try and fix it and control it. But those practices are usually really centered in the left brain kind of work. So this client told me that she had spent so many years in therapy, and the work that we had been doing together, the lessons and techniques that I had been sharing with her and teaching her about her nervous system had completely made such a difference. That really in the few months of us working together, she had made more progress than she had made in the last 6 years she had spent in therapy, that it had truly made it possible not only for her to cope with her anxiety, but she was actually starting to confidently step into a place where she felt like she had almost not even just managed it, like she wasn't even experiencing anxiety anymore. And not only that, she'd actually started to share some of these tools in her coaching practice with her clients on how they can actually start to regulate their nervous system in order to improve their sales conversion. So all around, it had impacted not only her life, but it was impacting her client's life and was bringing back a massive ROI in her business as well. So what I'm going to share with you today is a little bit about what I've actually taught her in how to ease and manage her anxiety as a highly driven, high performing woman, and how you can actually do it too. So what do you do when you have that sense of anxiety or overwhelm, that sort of like time pressure that is weighing on you? You might not even fully know why you're feeling anxious in a particular moment. Your heart starts racing, your stomach starts to contract, your shoulder muscles, they start to feel so tense, and you start having anxious thoughts like, everyone is doing this to me, or I'm not good enough, or I'm broken, or there's a story of shame that kind of starts to play over and over in your head. And then you start spiraling with even more negative thoughts. I see this all of the time with my clients, with my high performing, high achieving female clients. So here are the 3 things that I want you to remember the next time you begin to experience this. So you might even right now, if you have a pen and paper handy, you might want to grab it so that you can write down these 3 things, because it is a known fact that when we write things down, we commit it to memory so that it'll be more easily accessible the next time you find yourself feeling like this. First and foremost, I want to say, when these feelings start to arise, when we become dysregulated, you are not broken. Your nervous system is doing its job. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It is working to keep you safe and alive in all the ways that it knows how to cope. It's your survival instinct. It's trying to protect you. So your nervous system, it's always surveying the land out in front of you, your environment, looking for signals of whether it's safe or not safe, right? It's looking for signals of danger, and that is what triggers your anxiety. I have a question for you. Have you joined the Super Expander free mentorship community? If not, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing right now and text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. Text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. I send out weekly tips and inspiration to help you grow your business, to step into your wealthiest, most highest self, to harness your full potential and live an exceptional and extraordinary life. And the best part is, it's really me sending those messages. So text me, say hello, and send me your questions. Whether these things are real threats or just perceived threats that are rooted in past experiences and memories, either way, your nervous system doesn't really specifically know the difference. It just sees it and reacts. And in this reaction, it doesn't really necessarily mean, right, that the danger is real or that you're not equipped to handle it. Your nervous system has evolved over millions of years precisely for this purpose, is to pick up the signals of danger to keep you safe. And your nervous system is really only doing exactly what it was designed to do, which is pretty amazing and brilliant that we have this built-in system always working to protect us. So even just in this moment right now, I'd like you to just allow that to sink in, how brilliant, how amazing and miraculous this system actually is. Another fun fact, as women, our amygdala is actually more sensitive. It's incredibly sensitive to danger because you are wired to protect. You are wired to care. So you are not broken, and you're not different from all other women who have walked this planet, this earth, for hundreds and thousands of years. This is actually your superpower. And I want you to be able to use it to create magic in your life and to not spiral into a sense of shame It's possible to live differently, embracing this rather than trying to fix it. So let's dive in. A few techniques that you can use to calm anxiety immediately. The first one is to bring awareness into your body. So when you start to notice these thoughts spiraling, you feel that anxiety bubbling up in your body, is to really take note as to where it is in your body that you're actually feeling it. Is it in your stomach? It is in your chest? Is it in your neck? And taking it even further and asking the question of, how does it actually feel? Describe it. Use words to actually describe it. Does it make you feel nauseous or lightheaded? Are you feeling worried? Is it just tension in your muscles? Is it a headache? What's going on in your body? Identifying it is the first piece. And then the description, using very explicit language to explain it. As we become aware of the sensations in your body and the emotions you're experiencing, for example, using this explicit language, my stomach feels contracted and I feel this wave of nausea. And when it hits me, I start to actually feel dizzy and disoriented. So that's step 2 of using explicit language to name it and describe it is the second piece. And then the third, and this one might seem counterintuitive, actually take the time to feel it in your body, on a body, like in your body level. So this is instantly going to start to turn the alarm bells down in that center of your brain, in the amygdala. And when we do this, we start to reduce that fight or flight response, reducing that sympathetic response. And when we do that, our stress hormones start to reduce as well. So that is the 3-step process. You bring awareness to your body, right? Identify what is going on in the body, using explicit language to describe it. And then once you've described it, actually allowing your body to experience it literally on a body level. I want you to try this out the next time you are feeling anxious and allow yourself to use this as a regulation tool. From that place, you can start to find clarity on the cause of your anxiety, to see it, and to powerfully start to shift changes and move into feelings of calm and more regulation. And then at the tail end of that process, I always like to take a few cleansing breaths. I find that very, very helpful. Taking a big, deep breath into your belly and then slowly exhaling out. So when we are in the midst of anxiety and in that fight or flight moment, we really need to start to discharge some of that energy from the body. And this is very, very helpful. Big, deep breath into the belly and then slow exhale, let it on out. You can repeat that breath pattern like 10 cycles and you should start to feel a pretty big shift in your state immediately. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. And as always, leave a written review here on Apple. They don't actually show the 5 stars if you don't take the time to write a written review. So this is why I always ask you and I remind you to just take a quick moment to hit those 5 stars and leave a written review. It helps expand awareness and the reach of the show for those who are trying to find us over here in this corner of the internet. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Until next time. If you like what you heard, stop, drop, and leave a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And as always, sharing is caring, so snap a pic and share this episode with another super expander.